So we're all back together again, fresh still in our minds, those memories, the unbelievable highs, the unforgettable lows. And as the sides return to cross swords for the first time again, we just remind ourselves of the magic of this game. This is what it does to you. It keeps bringing you back, no matter what. The famous yellow wall stands tall. This has to be one of the most iconic places in European football. Well, there's the man we're all here to see, the thriller-minute Neymar. He really does turn every game into a showbiz occasion. So I wonder, Jim, what is in today's show?
Well, plenty, we hope, Peter. Being the kind of player who likes to take it upon himself to win, whether it's his vision and creativity or being more direct in providing a threat up front, we're bound to see something special, I hope.
Because we always have in the past.
Indeed.
And now...
It does seem to be a 4-3-3, Jim.
Yeah, and the two wide players up front can make the system pretty much succeed or fail. They'll be quite flexible in their creative movement. They like to drift in. At times they'll mix their game up and keep their width. And of course they're also expected to track any runs from opposition fullbacks. So they've got quite hard...
Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Gets a good foot in there. Dani Olmo could move up a gear here. Now it's Bojan. Bojan, good strong midfield running here. Oh, shooting chance! A potential goal of the season contender, if only.
Bojan Kirkic just backs himself every time. Give him a challenge and he'll rise to it.
Defending of the desperate variety. And this is Neymar. Shapes to shoot! Goal!
Well, once more, it's him, and we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
You don't keep those outs. He knew, he just knew.
And you can see he meant every bit of that, Peter. He had his head up as he went to hit it. He knew his landscape.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Tries to pass it through. Pedraza picks it up out wide. That's a throw. Ball's out once more. It's a promising position. So just a one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. Neymar receives it in a wide position. Pepe. Nice looking ball. Tries to get it clear. And here's Bojan. Bojan Kirkic gets on his bike and on the move. Gay. He won't be happy with that one. And it's made its way to him. Now it's Gerard Moreno. It's played through for him. Just the keeper in his way. Oh, great keeping. Snaffled out the danger.
Well, his positioning was just spot on and he made the goal look an awful lot smaller.
Pepe was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Neymar finding himself in space. The ball goes in. Defending of the He'll try from distance! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Maradona. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Ambitious ball here. He's in a great position here. Oh, well played. Pepe. Looking for the run. And this is Neymar. Big chance! And he couldn't finish.
Neymar has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
It's their second corner of the game. Been looking for. You give him an inch and he'll take a mile. Such immaculate precision.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, that's a real psychological weight off the shoulders, I think. It's a very different game now at 2 up. Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
He's found a way through. Towering header! And the header is disappointing in the end.
You really could have done with engaging those crossers much higher up the pitch there. This isn't good defending.
Bops him off it and wins back the ball. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Gerard Moreno. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Neymar chips it through.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
There will be a throw-in. Maradona, and this is Messi, and he shoots! And it's there! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! What a moment of brilliance, control and perfect accuracy.
Yeah, the touch before the finish is so often the critical part, and we've just seen an example.
After 40 minutes is number 10, Lionel Messi.
3-0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
Yeah, it's all happening now. There's been an upping of the intention and urgency, a real step up in possession and purpose now.
Now it's Maradona. Maradona. Flashes it across. Tenas deals with that nice and simple. Good ball, good take.
3 minutes at a time.
Guardiola. And it's Maradona. Looking to play him in. Space for him to turn and look. In by Boya. Oh, good climb! Oh, he got himself into a great position.
Borussia Dortmund really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that counter. That's going in strongly.
Dani Olmo. Neymar. Neymar on a strong run here. Neymar's cross. And the whistle goes for half-time. Well, who would have thought it? A huge chasm between the two teams already, and it might grow even wider in this second half.
Borussia Dortmund absolutely dominated that half, Peter, and now it's all about game management. There's no need to overstretch themselves. Just stay calm and see this one out.
Borussia Dortmund clearly the superior force halfway through this contest. They lead 3-0. And here is the first touch of the second half. Can he get it through? And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Pepe. He's shifting through the gears here. And he's being shifted off it. He's got away. Pepe. Crosses it in. Garcia claims it. Safe hands. Borussia Dortmund do have a chance to counter here. There's the shot! And he's stuck it away! They are gorging themselves here on a seriously gorgeous scoreline. He made it happen, squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
Can he finish? It's fallen kindly here. It's a goal. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Oh, he was definitely fully focused on that, Peter. His reaction and anticipation got him there when everyone else was spectating.
Is number 18.
Villarreal still making a fight of this. He's a sharp little ball here. Dealt with nicely by the defence. And he's straight offside. Pau Kubasi gets it away. Maradona. Now it's Bojan. And there's green grass ahead of him. Now it's Messi. So no flag here. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on. In he goes again!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Attendance for this match was 60,000.
I think that's great defending. He just made sure he was in the right place to block it. I bet you the keeper is very relieved.
Takes a shot! Oh, good finish! They're back within reach! It looked as though he'd gone too wide. He wasn't having that, though, and somehow he found the angle.
Listen, no one was expecting a shot from there. That's quite outrageous.
Number 19.
So we have movement on both benches. Dani Olmo taking his leave here, having got himself on the score sheet.
He's sharing a smile or two as he's leaving the pitch, Peter. I think his contribution is widely appreciated.
Still behind by 2. Is there a way back into this?
To be
Can he finish? Well taken goal. Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Number 20.
So a bit of a revolving door here. Lots and lots of changes. Iniesta to come on, a change that had been mooted for a while.
Yeah, they've gone for more.
And the shot!
Substitution for Borussia Dortmund. Number 14. Bayern. Coming on the field is number 15, Iniesta.
He's rising! And again! Oh, extraordinary.
I can't quite believe he's missed that, Peter.
Borussia Dortmund are making a change. After this, just one opportunity to do so. Now that's well seen too. Koundé, that's really well manoeuvred.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Lovely pass, but can... Iniesta! And that has forced the very best out of the keeper.
Borussia Dortmund certainly looks sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of
chance to shoot! Now, who's going to be first to this? And now they can spring out of defence. Looking for a runner.
Substitution for Borussia Dortmund.
Borussia Dortmund get their fourth quarter.
Coming on to replace him is number 21, Frenkie de Jong.
And it's Kunde.
Substitutions taking place.
Tries one from range. And no mistake. Piercing, and with pinpoint accuracy, he forces it through.
The keeper might have been a little unsighted. He seemed awfully late in reacting to that.
And in a trice, the substitute has scored already.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Number 21.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
He's in plenty of space here. He has found the way through. And this is Maradona. Chance for a shot! And that's a good finish. It hurts, does it not? Oh, how reality hurts.
Absolutely no element of fluke either. Makes this even more worrying in some ways.
Borussia Dortmund are at the peak of their powers. As for their opponents, a long way from that.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
No foul, says the referee. Deco, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. And that is expertly dealt with. Now then, the ball's come loose. Oh, this is a great position. There's the shot! And he hits the net. And the headlines continue to get darker and darker.
It's a mass exodus now. Certain sections of the stadium are leaving in droves, and you can't blame them.
And now he has two.
I think there's been a greater menace to everything they've been doing during this spell, one that they hope will continue.
Gay. He's gone down, but the referee just tells him to get back up again. And it's Maradona. Now, he's got space here. Oh, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
And he's picked it up out wide, and he's made sure that's not getting through.
A moment to try and place the cherry on the cake.
Maradona plays it short, and he welcomes it in. Neymar! Villarreal are looking to go forward now.
6 added minutes has been indicated.
He's picked his way through. Pepe. He is through here. And he's had it nicked away. And this is Messi. Iniesta. It's Iniesta! And that's in. And the chasm continues to widen. A brutal statement that underpins where these teams are at.
Well, I think we've reached the point when even damage limitations is no longer an option.
The goal scorer for Borussia Dortmund, number 15.
Vega.
Andres Iniesta.
And it's Buchanan.
Andres Iniesta.
Threads one in. Quick look, thought about cutting inside. Aimed at the far side.
What a letdown when you've got such presence and movement.
Now it's Pepe. And time is up. Borussia Dortmund can look back on a nigh-on perfect performance here. A super contest in which they swept their opponents aside ruthlessly. Maradona taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Borussia Dortmund definitely impressing me here, especially the way that attack clicked. Whether it was link-up play, running in behind, this has just been a great day at the office.
To our better stadium.
Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Hi everyone, and thanks Peter, it's great to be on board.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform.
In a system like this, Peter, the winger-fullback combinations can be absolutely crucial.
Yeah, and no doubt you can expand on that for us, Jim.
Well, there's just so many potential options and movements, overlapping, underlapping, wingers vacating spaces to be occupied by fullbacks, coming inside, creating overloads down the middle on either flank. You get those right and this can be a very effective system.
A tried and tested formula.
And believe it or not, Peter, we even did that back in my day.
So straight into the action. Diego Maradona, truly the brightest star in the footballing firmament. So I wonder what he has in store for us here.
Well, anything can happen with this man, Peter. He's in a league of his own, truly capable of winning matches, practically on his own.
Well, as he has done time and time again over the course of his career. So another masterclass today.
Here's hoping.
Looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. It's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. Araujo makes the interception.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Tries to get it clear. Danny Olmo. Well, we've seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Spread to the right. He is through here.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other.
I just think, though, that was selfish and a little uncalled for him. He must have been aware that he had options to his left.
Shot could be... Boyan! Oh, quite a hit and quite a touch too.
Oh, the technical control was exquisite. The pummeled attempt was exasperating.
A poorly directed kick from the keeper, he's given it away. That has been cut short. Now he's off and running. And now the breakaway. Neither side yet able to force a breakthrough here. Neymar getting forward. This looks promising. And this is chance! Goal! Borussia Dortmund! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Marcó en el minuto 19 el dorsal 8.
You felt it was coming, 1-0.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
And he's picked it up out wide. He's on it, can he get away? Backward it goes. Could be danger here. Real chance! And that's a tidy finish. Again, in a trice, and they are soaring. His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
Yeah, it's mystifying that a player of his talent wasn't picked up sooner, and he picked them off instead.
So that's 2 now without reply.
Yeah, it's all happening now. There's been a...
It's Neymar! And the keeper couldn't hold it. Relentless! Just relentless! They are purring, truly purring. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
And that's great movement from him. He instinctively knew that the ball was going to come back out and put himself where he needed to be. The sort of thing you just can't teach.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
He's having a shot! And that's in! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. There was no getting to that. No getting to it at all. Expertly done.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
This is a gloriously greedy performance.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Goes for a shot! And that's a good finish. And they're threatening to fly away here.
Well, I think we've reached the point when even damage limitations is no longer an option.
Borussia Dortmund are at the peak of their powers. As for their opponents, a long way from that.
I think there's been a greater menace to everything they've been doing during this spell, one that they hope will continue.
Can he get it through? Ball swung in. Keeper's dealt with that. Guardiola.
Well, Peter, he's looking particularly sharp.
And certainly on the hunt for his personal treble.
Yeah, and I certainly wouldn't go against that, although...
Maradona! And a neat finish! And he is just ripping it up!
Well, this is turning into a real hammering now, Peter. They're demoralised.
And there was his third, and boy, he looks the business, doesn't he just?
And the frightening thing is, Peter, this isn't even a surprise. He thrives in these situations. Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Oh, well played, well sorted out. Half-time getting close now. It's just beyond his reach. Short changes him with that pass. Spread neatly. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Maradona! goal! They are purring, truly purring.
Some of those players look totally lost out there now, Peter, and you can't blame them.
He's got 4. That is remarkable. And he skips past his man, bumps him off it and wins back the ball. So what can they make of this? Maradona is wide and looking to get onto this. He's shifting through the gears here. Bojan, in by Bojan. Oh, good climb! Deftly away. Canales. The ball has bounced loose now. And here's Neymar. And this is Messi. And the finish! It's a goal! A quite incredible spell. They are flying.
I can see some heads dropping here now, Peter. I see things getting even worse out there if they're not careful.
And that is all they have time for. Staggering, just staggering. Not in their wildest dreams would they have expected a half-time scoreline like this.
Borussia Dortmund really are in control here. They've done exactly what they set out to do. There's a genuine flow about their football, and some of the stuff they've played so far has been great on the eye.
Borussia Dortmund look as though they have this game won. They've been firing and scoring at will. So straight into the second half. That looks a good cross. That should be the goalkeeper's, and it is. Dani Olmo plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Great vision. And it's Guardiola. Searching pass he's played there. Guardiola. He steps in, and that's the end of that. And he was quick to react. Guardiola tries to play it through, and there's green grass ahead of him. He's got away, delivers with whip. Canales. No, again there's no way through. And he's there to clear it. And no, that was never going to make it. Canales. And the counter is on. Canales. And he's managed to get... Can he finish? Maradona being given no time to dwell on the ball here.
Oh, look, Peter, this has been a textbook illustration of how not to defend, and finally they've decided to single him out.
Santander needed that. They really needed it.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Oh, that's a key interception. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Now it's Messi. He's looking wide. A quick look, thought about cutting in. Terrific effort! And that has been cleared. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Now, can they get him away? Threads one in, and he's intervened well there. And it's Maradona. Space for him to turn and look. And he lines up a cross. Defending of the desperate variety. Bojan. Looking for options for movement. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Oh, that's well done, really robust.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El
The
dorsal
two
18.
coaches are signalling
El dorsal
changes here,
7.
both at the same
El
time.
dorsal 11. Serán sustituidos.
That has been knocked
El
clear.
dorsal 8. El dorsal 12. El dorsal 34.
Borussia Dortmund
Se va a
have the
realizar un
chance to
cambio
go
de
the other way.
jugadores.
And this is Messi, and the shot! And he's missed it.
Borussia Dortmund really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that counter.
Maradona tries to pass it through. Oh, super find. And he takes a shot! And he hits the net! And this is getting ridiculous. Borderline crazy.
Well, it's a goal fest, and the fact it's so one-sided now is getting scary.
Marcó en el minuto 80.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Always. Oh, shooting chance! And no mistake. That was a given. It always was.
Yeah, keeping calm and taking a touch like that when it's all going on around you isn't always that easy, but he made it look like a double. Finishing it off was quite simple after that.
Santander get their goal. A bit of respectability restored. Can he get on the end of this? A quick look, thought about cutting inside. Koundé gets across to intercept that. Well, they could break here. Oh, played right into his path. Big chance! Sensational from Rashford! A finish of true class! The crowd demanded, and he was thrilled to oblige.
Gol del Borussia Dortmund.
It's a mass exodus now. Certain sections of the stadium are leaving in droves, and you can't blame them.
And it's slung out wide. Looking to play him in. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Nicely weighted ball. And this is Maradona. Surely he can. And he shoots! And that's a sharp finish. They are getting horribly bullied, and it seems there is plenty more to come.
Absolutely no element of fluke either. Makes this even more worrying in some ways.
Marcó en el minuto 89.
Another one! This must be his personal high. Kubasi.
Habrá 5 minutos de descuento.
That is good strength. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Chance here to counter. Lewandowski. De Jong is onto this. Oh, he's got a shot, surely! And it's in! And it adds further to a heavily one-sided scoreline. This is getting punishing.
Look, all they want to hear right now is the final whistle. They've been humiliated.
El dorsal 21.
Villa Libre. Rashford receives it in a wide position. Deco. Maradona. And that is that. Well, that was a tale of two very different teams. One driven, ruthless, prolific. The other, quite the opposite in all of those areas. The result, a very accurate reflection of what we saw. Maradona, very much the hero in this game. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the players carried out his instructions to the letter, it would seem. Everything working very nicely.
And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us tonight. A very good evening to one and all.
Recordamos a nuestros espectadores que este estadio dispone de un circuito cerrado.